Joyce Napier, Canada's ambassador to the Holy See. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, this is a historic moment. And I got to say, I'm pretty happy to be here to witness,
Yeah, me too. You've been in this role now for about 10 months.
Yes.
Previously, a journalist, one of us.
Yes.
How's that transition been? How is the job going?
Oh, well, the job is fascinating. I mean, some things that you've acquired as a journalist, you can apply as a diplomat. It's a fascinating world to be the ambassador to the Holy See because it is a state like no other one. I mean, it's right here behind us, small, like maybe, in the sort of medium neighborhood of Toronto, maybe a small neighborhood of Toronto, but has such an incredible reach across the globe.
Pope Francis took some important steps towards Indigenous reconciliation, including in Canada. What's your hope for the next Pope in that regard?
Well, the next Pope can't undo that. The next Pope cannot undo an apology. He cared about reconciliation very much. He believed that if a wrong was committed, and it was, then, you should ask forgiveness for it. And he did, right? So that will never be erased, right? Nobody can undo that.
We're living in a time of war, old global alliances that seem to be coming apart. What role do you think the church can play at a time like this?
Well, the church had, for instance, has an envoy to the Middle East, had an envoy to Russia and Ukraine. You saw what happened here at Pope Francis's funeral. There was a meeting face-to-face between President Zelensky of Ukraine and the U.S. President Donald Trump. So it was important, was organized there on the spot, and it could probably have happened elsewhere, but it was important that it would happen, and so the Vatican made it happen. There are very few leaders right now who have the luxury that a pope has to be able to speak of these things, of what injustices are being committed, because they have no trade deals. They have not the same concerns as any other state. We need a nice voice nowadays. We need the voice of somebody who can, no strings attached, no policy obligations, that can actually point his finger to an injustice and call it what it is. And I think that would be my hope for the church.